All right, I'm Joe Calderoni from Mount Sinai South Nassau. Thanks everyone for coming. I just want to recognize some of the officials that we have here or on the way, including Legislator Denise Ford, who's on the way, City Manager Donna Gaden. Thank you. Come on up with us. City Council Member Tina Posterly, John Bendo, Liz Treston. Thank you for coming. We appreciate the support. Town Councilwoman Missy Miller, former Assemblywoman, now on the Town of Hempstead Council. We appreciate all her support over the years. Of course, Harvey is with us. We wouldn't be having this without Harvey and his daughter Vicky. Thank you very much, Harvey, for all your support, not only today, but throughout this entire effort, starting right after Sandy, to get health care back to the Barrier Island. Commissioner Scott Kemmons is probably on the way. Commissioner Paul Gillespie, Dr. Iskowitz, and of course, Dr. Sharma, the president of Mount Sinai South Nassau, is with us here today. I'm going to ask Dr. Sharma to come up in a second. I just wanted to also recognize Dana Sanneman, who's here, and Ann Fernandez, who worked with Harvey and Vicky on the display, and of course, James Castle, who actually designed it. So after this is over, if you haven't come inside and taken a picture near the display inside the triage area, please join us, and hopefully we're going to dodge the rain and get this done just in time. So Dr. Sharma.
Thanks. Thank you, Harvey. Good morning, and thank you for joining us today. When I think of the Weisenbergs, Harvey and Ellen, I think of service to others. Ellen with her 40 years as a nurse, many at the Long Beach Hospital, and Harvey in the many roles he's had, including with the police department and 25 years as a state assemblyman. We're always working to the benefit of others. The Weisenbergs had 5 children. Vicky's with us today, and Ricky, who inspired Harvey to advocate in Albany for the individuals with special needs and those who care for them. So importantly, both aspects of caring for those individuals. And they also formed an eponymous foundation to further aid this cause. So again, the service of others. With regards to South Nassau, Harvey's been an excellent partner. After the events at Superstorm Sandy and the loss of health care in the region, we worked very closely with Harvey to restore health care here to the Barrier Island. And it is his lifetime of public service that we're here today to recognize, and we are delighted to be able to name the triage area after Ellen and Harvey Weisenberg. So please give me a hand in congratulating Harvey, and without further ado, Harvey Weisenberg.
I thank you all for being here. But I have a way in my life. I think God gave me an angel, a saint, and a mission. The angel is my special child, Ricky, who can never speak, cry, blind, but gives love. The saint was Ellen. Ellen, to know her was to love her. We had one thing in common together that we shared, the same thing I just defined, that any person she ever met was part of her life. And we were always there to look and to help. You only see good things and not the bad. It's the same thing when you're dealing with special children. You don't focus on what they can't do, but what they can do. I mean, speaking about Ellen, I'm not going to be very strong, but I tell you, nobody had a better love and a better life. And I thank God every day. Every morning, I think I spend more time in church than the priest, but I'm there, and I thank God for who we have and what we have. But Long Beach is my life. It's our life. God put me here. And I say God gave me Ricky, and it's a blessing. I say he's an angel because he changed my life and the life of so many others. That's why he's here. And God protected him and keeps him going and keeps me going as well. But I just want to share something with you. It's very personal. When Ellen passed away and I was taking her remains out into the ocean, the life got wrong in the boat. I thought I was going to say the Lord's Prayer. But something came to me that I said many, many years ago. I learned in high school. It just came back. I do believe that God above created you for me to love. I had a heart, and it was true, but now it's gone from me to you. So care for it as I have done, because, my dear, you are the one. Heavenly Father up above, please protect the one I love. Keep her always safe and sound, no matter where or when she's bound. Help her to know and help her to see that I love her and have her love me. And I'm saying everybody that I've ever met is part of my life. And I'm saying when I got this emergency room here, there was only one other in the state of New York, because I was up there for 25 years and had the ability to get certain things done, like $90 million that Cuomo took away, I made him put back. But I said to people in the health department, listen, we have a situation down where I live in Long Beach. Long Beach is a barrier island, population 35,000 people. And I said, and there's no facility except our hospital, which is on the other side of that bridge. And I was speaking to people very high in the health department there, and I said, let me tell you something. If somebody has an emergency, and we're surrounded by water, if we have an emergency and somebody has to go to that hospital and get to that hospital, and that bridge is up because the boats have priority. And if that bridge goes up and we have somebody in an emergency situation and they lose their life, God damn it, it's going to be your fault, and you're not going to let this happen. They said, all right. And we ended up with the emergency room. But the thing is so good about this is from its establishment, and I like to say, know so many people have come and said to me, this was a wonderful place, a place to have an opportunity to be saved and have the availability of medical services that are maintained and help people to stay alive and healthy. So the people that work here, the people who dedicate their life, our direct caregivers, you all know who they are and where they are. And our administration, our people that work together in this city. I said, if everybody would just learn the success I had in Albany, and they honored me for 67 years of public service, the Democrats and the Republicans, Senate and Assembly. And I said, and John Flanagan, who was the Republican leader up there, said it's all about love. And they loved Ellen. Ellen was with me every day that we were together, and they said, that drive is terrible, but when you have your wife with you, that's good enough. But I thank you for being here, and I share this with you. Please understand, this world has changed, the values have changed, and the only way we're going to have success is by working together. Love, caring, doing the things that should be, instead of the anger and violence that is taking place in our society. So we are one family, and we should appreciate who we are and what we have, and especially the medical resource that is here and the people that take care of the people that come here. So I thank all of you for being here, and I very sincerely say, listen, God bless you, and thank God for every day. Just love is the answer. So God bless you again, and thank you for being here.
Thank you, Harvey. I just want to recognize Assemblyman Ari Brown, who has now joined us. Thanks for coming. Any of the elected officials want to say a few words? Missy Miller.
Good morning. Thank you all for being here. I just want to say a few words about Harvey and why it's so appropriate that this is named for him and Ellen. Harvey, when I was growing up, he was like an icon. He was friends with my dad. They were lifeguards together, and continued to be lifeguards together long after most people aren't lifeguarding anymore. But Harvey was like a hero, an icon to me. What he did with special needs children was extraordinary. Little did I know that when I grew up and got married, I would have special needs children of my own. And Harvey became, at that point, even more important to me, and he didn't even know it. I would follow what his legislation was. I would follow what he was advocating for, because I knew what he was advocating for was what we needed also. And there are very, very few people, not enough people in this world that fight for the rights of those who can't fight for it for themselves. And Harvey and Ellen were those people. They were the ones that stood up and fought for people who couldn't fight for themselves. So when I ran for assembly, it was only out of pure awe for what Harvey had done, and in the hopes that maybe I could accomplish one small little piece of what he had done. And he was a role model during it, and he really, really proved eventually, through it all, nothing matters but love, what he just said. Party doesn't matter. Up in Albany, it's so partisan. Not with Harvey. Never with Harvey. Harvey cares about getting things done for people. That's what he cares about. So this is so appropriate for them to be a part of this triage area. They would not have had this emergency room if it wasn't for his advocacy in Albany. So it's with a great deal of gratitude that we thank them, and Harvey and Ellen for this. Who's next?
Thank you, Missy. Anyone else want to say a few words? Thank you, Harry.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. I'm just here also for my admiration of Harvey. You know, I'm a resident of Cedarhurst for 31 years, and I always appreciate during the summertime driving down Rockaway Turnpike, looking up and seeing. I mean, I'm in great shape. I'm a former competitive bodybuilder, but Harvey, I saved you at the beaches. Now I'll save you in Albany. This guy with the physique, and even still till today. But most of all, I served the village of Cedarhurst for 25 years, trustee, deputy mayor, and I always admired at every event how Harvey and his wife were always, and Ellen were always together, but truly a love story, and you saw it. It wasn't that of obligation. They wanted to be together. And politics and everything else aside, I admire you for the person that you are. The care and love that you gave to your wife is really, I get choked up when I think about it. So thank you, Harvey, for setting this example for us.
Thank you.
Okay, anyone else like to speak? Mr. Bindo.
It's like I volunteered. Anybody that's heard Harvey speak has known he's said many times about his son in particular that God gave him an angel. But the truth is, for many people, Harvey was the angel that God gave us. You know, he and his family have done so much for so many others that while his son and his family have inspired him to do many of these things, he's inspired many others, people like me in particular, to do what we do because of the example he has set. You know, so while you have your angel, in many ways you are an angel to others. And that's something you should be proud of and carry forward forever. So thank you.
Okay, I think we're wrapping up. Thanks everyone for coming. Again, we'll do some more photos. Please join us for that. And about 1 year from now, we're expecting to welcome our first patients at the Long Beach Medical Arts Pavilion, which is a little ways behind us. So we look forward to our next ribbon cutting, and we'll invite you all back for that. Thank you very much, and thank you, Harvey, for all the love.